From our free daily newsletter, the latest from podnews.net with Spots Now. Forbes has published a list of the 20 highest paid podcasters of 2026. The full list is ironically behind a paywall, but the top 5 is Joe Rogan at number 1 with $82 million, John Coogan and Geordie Hayes of TBPN at number 2, Stephen Bartlett at 3, Ashley Flowers at 4, and the Smartless team at number 5. For the networks, Spotify has 4 shows, SiriusXM has 3, Red Seat Ventures and Wondery have 2 each. Now, TBPN is at number 2, earning $70 million. They seem to have 6,800 views per episode on YouTube, and Podscribe suggests its audio podcast attracts an estimated 1,600 listeners a month. Where's our $70 million? Apple released its Q3 26 financial results. Services revenue, under which Apple Podcasts revenue falls, was up 12% year-on-year to $30.7 billion. SiriusXM released its Q2 26 financial results. The company doesn't split out its podcast financials in its report, combining it with its declining Pandora business. However, in the earnings call, this is what CEO Jennifer Witz had to say.
Podcasting revenue grew 30% year-over-year, driven by rising CPMs, increased sell-through, and an ongoing appetite for our culture-defining content.
Audiobook publisher Podium Entertainment, different to the podcast network Podium or the other one called Podium, is to repurpose 35 Realm fiction podcasts into audiobooks. The audio will be reformatted as single audiobook releases. Jonah Keary has announced a partnership with Startups Decoded to represent all brand partnership opportunities across the show's full media footprint. The company will represent the Startups Decoded podcast, YouTube and video programming, social channels, custom content and integrations, and its Substack newsletter. Mike Hamilton of the Rogue Media Network has released a book and a free field guide to help people who get stuck between the idea of their podcast and making their first episode. Make the Show is available now from Amazon. Adobe Podcast is no longer to sell its premium service as a standalone plan from August the 30th for new users. Existing subscribers remain unchanged. Patreon laid off 93 people, approximately 20% of its workforce yesterday. CEO Jack Conte said Patreon's core business is healthy and strong. Well, that's all okay then. Audible has announced Audible for Business, allowing companies and event organisers to distribute audiobooks in bulk to their employees or attendees. Podcast hosting company Osha now supports automatic video uploads to YouTube. And Apple have warned us that on August the 8th, starting at 6 in the morning Pacific time, Apple Podcasts Connect will be unavailable for up to 2 hours, while engineers with big beards look at databases. And in podcast news, the Pod News Weekly Review this week speaks with Giles Gear from the Cheerful Earful Podcast Festival and with Andy Maxwell from Earmax Media, a podcast-first advertising agency. As wildfires and heat waves are a daily part of life for some, Boiling Point returns for its second season from LA Times Studios, hosted by independent climate journalist Miranda Green. The first episode looks at an oil pipeline that cracked in 2015, but which is just about to start pumping again. And this podcast is sponsored by Spots Now. Want to fill more ad space? Spots Now's AI search routes advertisers to the right shows. With more and more advertisers using its campaign planning tools, you can be there at the moment they're planning. Set up a free account and requests come straight into your ad sales inbox. It's a new source of business with no work chasing it. You can book a demo today, spotsnow.io, or you can click on that link you'll find in our show notes, and we thank them for their support over the last couple of months. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe for free, we're at podnews.net.